Hello, Zika.
Hello, this was easy, huh?
Yeah, very easy.
Yeah, we have to adapt to new technologies.
Of course.
Okay, we will speak a little bit about championship with us tonight. Rasmus Boysen, Danish line player, but I would say handball influencer and guy who is giving some extra to following the World Championship, and not only World Championship during the season. You have very interesting things to share with the people, and tell me something about your motivation to do that.
Of course, I love handball. I've played it since I was a little kid, and now playing professional. And yeah, always love to talk about handball with other people, and of course, like social media, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So I just like to talk a lot about handball, So.
You started with handball transfers with your website, but you stopped. And are there any other projects which you would be involved in the future? Do you plan something?
Who knows? At the moment, I got a child. I got my own handball. It takes a lot of time, but maybe I don't know what to do after my career stops. So maybe I hope that I can stay in handball, and which kind of projects I don't know yet, but I hopefully can do something with the sport that I love.
Yeah, you're okay. You are still young, and a lot of handball years are ahead of you. Do you have plan to go abroad, or you will stay in Denmark, or what kind of plans you have for your career?
It's a good question, Zika. I took the chance to go to Elverum, to Norway, before last season. Had a very good season in Elverum. Played the Champions League and all that, but something happened. We got a new coach. My role was a little bit smaller than last season, and of course also the virus, the fact that I have my family and I would like to go back to Denmark, made the choice very easy for me. That I got a very good bid from Fredericia, my current club. So I decided to go home. Of course, the Danish league is also a little bit better than the Norwegian. Of course, I miss to play in the Champions League, but it's also very nice to play in a very strong league like the Danish one. And yeah, my future, I don't know. I'm a guy that takes it a day at a time, and of course I would like to go abroad again, but I could also see myself playing in the Danish league until I retire from handball, because it's a very good league, and I think that my style and my level suits the league very good. So yeah, I don't know about the future, but we'll see. This season and the next season I'll play in Fredericia, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would ask you, it was not, let's say, my intention, but when you speak now, let's say the players of your class, of your level, how, I will not ask you for the exactly for the numbers, but can you earn enough, and is that, let's say, full motivation to stay professional in handball, or can you save some money, for
I understand your question. Yeah, of course. At the moment, I can be a fully professional, but it's not like football or other sports that you can save a lot of money. I need to do something else after handball. I know that. Hopefully, I can stay in the handball sport. I don't know what to do afterwards. Coach, journalist, I don't know, but we'll see. But it's not like that I earn a lot of money. Of course, there's some clubs around Europe paying the top players a lot of money. But to say the least, my level is not that high.
Yeah, tell me, probably, or you don't know, but what is the biggest salary in Danish men's handball?
Oh, difficult for me to say actually, but
Approximately.
Let me think. It's maybe like 200,000 euros or something like that, I think. But I'm not sure. And of course, it's a lot of money, but it's also clear that you can get much higher wages in some other leagues than the Danish. But of course, the Danish league is a fully professional league, and a lot of good players plays in the league. I think so. Yeah, I think the league has developed throughout the years, and a lot of good teams play in Denmark, because you can't just beat like the Hungarian league or some other leagues where you only have like one or two big clubs and they win all the matches. That's not like that in Denmark. In Denmark, if you're not 100% ready for your matches, you lose. And I like that very much about the Danish league, that we have a lot of good teams.
Yeah. Okay. Not more tough questions. Let's speak about World Championship.
Yeah.
Tell me your biggest impressions until now. This tournament is weird, but special. But we like that we can watch it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, as you said, it's very special without spectators and in this virus situation and all that, of course. But I like that. After all, that we have this World Championship, because I think it's very important for handball. It's a very big deal to have these World Championships in January, where there's not a lot of other sports and a lot of viewers in the TV and so on. So I think it's very, very good, and it seems like it's under control in the bubble and so on at the moment. So that's very good, I think. Yeah, of course, the extension of the World Championship from 24 to 32 teams have affected, of course. A lot of not that good teams are in it, and in the group phase, I think that there have been some bad matches, but of course then you can watch some exciting players you haven't seen before, like Muwombi and so on, of course, from DR Congo, and I think there's a lot of exciting players. I like to see these players from the non-European teams, because they have another culture than the Europeans, so they play not similar to the European clubs. So that's very good. I think that's funny to watch new players, and I hope that some of the best players from the non-European clubs can join some of the European clubs, so we can see them in Europe. Yeah.
One of my favorite matches was Morocco against Algeria. Definitely, it was full of passion and not so quality handball, but still, it's very nice to see that we are not only European sport, that someone cares even outside of Europe. Actually, in my opinion, only Uruguay didn't have place here. All other teams, even Capo Verde, this first match was okay, and all other teams were okay, but Uruguay was totally, out of competition for me. And they act like they are high school excursion, not like a professional or even amateur handball team.
Yeah, and they joined the main round, so it's quite funny. Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, tell me, how many teams from these 8 in quarterfinal you expected to qualify for quarterfinal?
Yeah, of course I expected Denmark. From that half, they had a very easy road to the quarterfinals. Norway, you have to expect that, and of course Spain. I also expected that, but otherwise it's more complicated, I think, because France, they didn't look that good before the tournament. Played some very bad games against Serbia, and of course they were in a very difficult half with Iceland and Portugal. So of course I thought that they had a chance to go to the quarterfinals, but I thought that it would be very difficult. I also thought that Hungary had a very good chance, also because of the cancellations and injuries of the German team. So yeah, I expected that maybe, and also the same with Egypt, also because of the host. They are the hosts, but they also had a pretty difficult half with Slovenia, of course, and a good Sweden team and so on. Yeah, so I think that 4 or 5 teams I expected it, but of course I'm a little bit surprised by a team like Sweden. Of course.
Tell me more about Sweden.
Sweden, I think it's a new team. It's a new coach coach with Glenn Solberg. I like the way he has handled things at the moment. He likes these players who can play both in defense and attack. Of course, as usual, Sweden have a very, very good defense, some good goalkeepers, and also the counter-attacking is very good for Sweden. So for me, they surprised me very much because some of their players, they haven't played in like 1 or 2 caps before the championship, and they had some problems with the COVID and had no test matches before the championship. So it was very difficult to say where they were, like the level of Sweden, but they surprised me a lot. Defeating the home team is very, very difficult at a World Championship, and of course they have also had some luck, had played some very tight matches also against Belarus and so on. But you need luck to be in the quarterfinal. But for sure, Sweden has surprised me, and other than that, also of course Qatar. It's a surprise that Croatia didn't go to the quarterfinals. I'm very surprised by that. They did not that good. Of course, they also had a lot of problems, but several teams had a lot of problems before the World Championship. But they have so many good players, and at the Euros last year, the defense they had was amazing. So yeah, of course, I'm surprised and disappointed by Croatia, but I also think that Qatar has developed throughout the tournament. Of course, they have got some new players in, like Capote and Benali, quality players. And of course, against Sweden, I don't see them as big underdogs. Of course, for me, Sweden are favorites. But yeah, Qatar, it is a quality team with a very, very good coach.
With 2 years younger Daniel Šarić, Qatar would be a favorite, but Šarić is not at the top. But this second goalkeeper is very good, and he's doing a good job. And these 2 Cuban guys, Capote, okay, we knew for Capote, but Franquis Marzo playing amazingly. That is my biggest impression, my number 1 until now.
Yeah,
so easy, so powerful.
Yeah, so underrated also because he only played in Portugal, but of course he has a lot of experience also from the Champions League, and yeah, I think he's a very underrated player. And it seems like that the fact that they have lost some players, Qatar, made his role even bigger, and yeah, he has been totally amazing.
Yeah, Denmark seems perfect. This match against Croatia was like a boom. It was really amazing.
Yeah, you could say
small Mikkel Hansen with hair and this track and everything.
yeah, true. Yeah, I think that Denmark has, as I mentioned before, had a very, very easy half. Cruise control for me. Played a lot of non-European teams, and now hadn't had the test yet. I'm very curious about the match against Egypt because I don't think that it's not that good for a team to be in this cruise control all the time. It has been too easy for Denmark until now, and they faced Croatia. When they faced Croatia, they already qualified for the quarterfinals. So I'm very excited about Denmark because it's quite a new team. A lot of good players are not there, like Lauge. Yeah, so and like Toft Hansen. So yeah, of course we have a lot of talented players. I think, but all these players like Gisle, like Emil Jakobsen, and so on, they haven't played these knockout matches, and they haven't played against a host team. So we'll see against Egypt. It will be, I think, a very physically Egyptian defense. So yeah, but I think that Denmark in the offense, they have so much X factor, a lot of good players, but it's the defense who is very, very exciting to see against a team like Egypt. Yeah,
and finally, left-hander on the right back position. You prove that you can win World Championship and play perfectly even without left-hander on right back. But this time, I think that this guy is not the only one who is coming on that position. I saw, I don't know the name, but I saw the guy, and I make a small interview with him in Macedonia, Generation 2000. He is also perfect. I don't know where is he playing, but also right back. Very good
Actually,
one.
it's quite funny, as you mentioned before. Like last 10 years, we have only had like one or two very good right backs. Kasper Søndergaard has retired, but now there's a lot of talented right backs coming up. Mathias Gisle is, of course, one of those, and Niklas Kirkeløkke in Rhein-Neckar Löwen is maybe one of the biggest talents, but haven't had such a good time in Rhein-Neckar Löwen until now. But maybe in the future, and then we have some very young guys. Mads Hoxer from Mors 2 is very, very talented and playing very good
That's
in the
one.
Danish league.
That is the guy. That's
Yeah,
clear.
exactly. Yeah, very,
Very.
very talented, and of course we also have some other guys. So it's very good for the future of the right back of the Danish team. Yeah.
Egypt without spectators and with spectators is something different. I would bet on them that they will win a medal if they have full stands, but actually that is not the case. But still, they have fantastic young players. They have generations who are coming, and I think that this championship came too early to them. Maybe if they host 2023, that would be perfect time to see Egypt as a world-class team.
Yeah, it's a good point actually, because they won a lot of medals in the youth national teams, and some of the players have joined the European clubs already, and of course they will develop throughout the years. So I think that, as you mentioned, Egypt is a quality team. They have some very good players. They have El Amar, of course, the king of Egyptian handball. They have also two, I think, very good goalkeepers, and I think the defense is quite good. But I also think that they lack a real playmaker for me. They play a little slow, very individually in the offense. Play through the middle all the time. So I think that the Danish defense it will be good for them, because often we have problems against the small teams, the fast teams like Japan. But when we play against physically strong teams like Egypt, it's easier for the Danish defense. Yeah. So of course you never know with Egypt, but I think that the Danish team would have a very, very good chance to go to the semifinals.
Yeah. Okay. Spain against Norway. Spain with the king Raul Entre Rios. I think that there is always space that he can, walk and score the goal. It's unbelievable what experience can make in your, in your play. Really amazing guy. And on the other side, Sander Sagosen, who is always with the ball. Sander Sagosen, who is always top scorer. Sander Sagosen, who wastes a lot of energy and is totally number one in that team. It could be maybe even a negative thing for Norway, that they put everything on Sagosen form. Do you think that it could be a problem?
Yeah, I think maybe. I think that we saw in some of the other championships that Norway, they played with only 7, 8, 9 players throughout the tournament, and then in the decisive matches in semifinals and finals and so on, some of the players looked a little bit tired, and it's actually the same this World Championship. They play with only 7, 8, 9 players, and Sagosen plays a lot. I think also a player like Christian O'Sullivan, who didn't play the first match against France, he's very, very important for the Norwegian team, because he's a very good defender and he's a very, very good counter-attacking player. And if Norway will have a chance against Spain, they need a very good defense and to try to bet on the counter-attacking phase, because when they play 6 against 6 against the Spanish very amazing defense, I think it will be very tough for them. I think a lot of the chances will be Sagosen going 1 against 1 and so on. So for me, Spain is maybe a little bit the favorites, but of course Sagosen can win a match by himself, I think, and he has played very good, but also looked a little bit tired in some of the matches. And Norway also, they lack they miss like a player like Magnus Rød and also Magnus Gullerud. So he's a very good defender, and I think that the defense has not been that good at the moment, and the line players, Bjarte Myrhold has been injured almost all the season, and he has shoulder problems, and you can see it when he shoots that it's not that good. Øverby is a very good defender, but also have had some problems offensively. So yeah, they have had some problems, but I also think that Spain, they haven't been like that good either. They started slow against Brazil, but of course they use a lot of players, and I think that Jorge Ribera has made an absolutely good job, like integrating all these players, all the players they play. It's like the opposite of Norway. Norway use 8 or 9 players. Spain use the whole roster. So of course that could also be a decisive factor in this match, and also the fact that Spain hasn't lost against Norway in 24 years, actually in 17 matches is also quite a history. But of course, at some point Norway of course will win against Spain, but yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Okay, we became suspicious about French capability to win something without Karabatic or Omeyer. Is now the time for these guys to show that their individual capabilities are, united in the best team in the world. What do you think?
Yeah, I said before the tournament that I thought that maybe France would be the biggest disappointed team in the World Championship, but I think they had managed to make a turnaround after these bad matches against Serbia. So I think they have done quite good. I think Dikamem has stepped his game up, plays very good, and I asked for France to have like a player like Karabatic, like Narcisse before Omeyer, who takes responsibility in the decisive times in crunch time, and I think that Dikamem has taken that role actually. Of course, we also seen a player like Mahé, who is the third choice on the left wing in Veszprém, and now he plays like the first playmaker in the French team. I think he has played very good, and he's aggressive offensively. And also I've been surprised by a player like N'Guessan, who shoots very good at the moment. Looks like he's in great shape, and yeah, of course also the goalkeepers is also a question mark always when we talk about France. They are in the shadow of Thierry Omeyer, and Gerard has also played some good matches. Padang played an amazing match against Norway, but now he's injured. That's very sad for France and for him, of course. But I think that they have surprised me. They play okay. They have also had some bad matches. Yeah, but against Algeria and so on, Switzerland. But they, in the end, they managed to win the matches, and that's very good for France. They did that like some years ago, and now they apparently do it again. So yeah.
Yeah, again, yeah. Okay, when we speak about goalkeepers, and goalkeepers will be probably decisive in some point of matches, rounds until the end. I think that Spain has the biggest potential if we see these two names.
Yeah, maybe. I think also Denmark has a very great goalkeeper duo. But of course, like Spain, they are used to having these two great goalkeepers, and Denmark, it's quite new that Kevin Müller plays on that level as he do in this season. So, but of course, there's a lot of good goalkeepers. But yeah, as you say, they are decisive. It's very important to have great goalkeepers, and if you see like Hungary, they have one very, very good goalkeeper in Roland Mikla. But the two other guys, Shekeli and Boboli, they don't have like the top level. Of course, they are very great goalkeepers, but they don't have the top level, and it's the same for some of the other nations. So I think that it could be decisive, and it's a great thing for both Denmark and of course also for Spain that they have a great goalkeeper duo.
Yeah. Okay. For the end, tell me. Let's make small prediction. Who will take the crown and who will be the MVP not this IHF MVP, but who will be the real MVP? Who can be who is the first favorite to the MVP in your opinion?
Yeah, okay, but who will take the crown? I always love to say my own country, of course, Denmark. I think we have a good chance. But before the tournament, I said Norway, so of course I need to stick with that, stick with the plan, you know. So I'm gonna say Norway again, and I also think that maybe it's the time for them. They have been very close to those titles before. And they have a team with great players from all around the biggest clubs in Europe. They have a great age. The best players of the team have a great age, and I think that they have the quality to win. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Norway. The MVP. Sorry.
So Sagosen.
Yeah, yeah, and of course that's the favorite for the MVP. Of course, I think that you maybe need to go to the semifinal to get the MVP. Historically, you need that, but he's very, very important for his team, and he's high on this list. So, but until now, I actually think the MVP should be Frankis Marshall. As you mentioned, he has been amazing. He's so important for his teams. So yeah.
If they qualify for semi-final, it could be in the best lineup, definitely.
Yeah.
True. Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
It was with you, and keep a good work. And
we will, and you too.
Let's enjoy these few days more.
We will. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.